delivering it quickly. We've been doing construction day and night. Weekends, Fridays, holidays, you name it, we do construction. So we're very focused on construction and quality, obviously. Location is always important, but do construction quickly. Don't just take the client's payments and wait and wait and wait.
Tell me about the nationalities of your clients. Is it expat? Is it local? Is it a mix?
It's very mixed, but 60% of our clients are GCC and Indians and Pakistanis. So 60% are like, let's say, from the GCC. There's a lot from Saudi Arabia, Oman, Qatar, Kuwait, and then the rest are from India and Pakistan. There's a lot of locals as well. Exactly 13.6. I was looking at the 13.6% of our clients are from the UAE, Emiratis. The rest are mixed. We have clients from all the way from Japan, China to America, everywhere. So it's very mixed, but 60% are these two areas, GCC and Indians.
Going back to your participation in Cityscape Abu Dhabi, where your projects are more located
in the cityscapes, whether it was in Abu Dhabi or it was in Dubai. Last year we're here, the year before we're here. This year it seems very busy and very well organized. So we want to support these exhibitions as a developer space, as a UAE company. We always see ourselves as a UAE company, not Dubai. When the projects are starting in Abu Dhabi and there is a good opportunity, we grab it. It's just that in Dubai it happened by chance, and the locations were good. The city offered a lot of flexibility to us. So if there is a cityscape in Ras Al Khaimah, we're going to go. If there is one in Sharjah, we're going to go. So Abu Dhabi, obviously, we're here, and we're very happy with the crowd that showed up here today.
Wish you all the best, and hopefully to come and have some properties also with you. Okay, thank you very much for your time. معنا الآن الأستاذ رشاد السويدي مدير مبيعات شركة التطوير السياحي العقارية. أهلا فيك أستاذ رشاد. لو تعطيني فكرة أول شيء، ما هي شركة التطوير السياحي؟
شركة تطوير واستثمار مطور عقاري في أمارة أبو ظبي. نحن المطور الرئيسي لجزيرة السعديات اللي فيها عدد من المشاريع الكبيرة في أمارة أبو ظبي، أهمها المنطقة الثقافية اللي هي من خلفنا اليوم في مهمة متحف الشيخ زايد الوطني أبو ظبي. اليوم نتكلم حصرية فقط لسيتي سكيب.
عروض حصرية لسيتي سكيب يعني بالنسبة للمشاريع أو بالنسبة للأسعار المتوفرة؟
نقدر نقول الاثنين. انزين، اليوم مع مشروع ممشى السعديات خطة الدفع جدا ميسرة. الدفعة الأولى فقط 2.5%، وفي يعني عدة خطات دفع أيضا، وكل خطة دفع تتميز بسعر معين.
طيب لما نقول مشاريع شركة، ما هو المميز في هذه المشاريع؟
الجودة طال عمرك. يعني نحن في شركة تطوير الاستثمار السياحي من أهم معاييرنا، وجميع مشاريعنا اللي سلمناها نحن في السابق، إن كانت فيلل شاطئ السعديات، شقق شاطئ السعدي، دائما كانت تتميز بالجودة العالية. وهذا اللي المستخدم اللي يبغي في نهاية اليوم، أو حتى المستثمر، أنه يعيش في مكان مرتاح منه وتكون جودته من أعلى المعايير.
نعم. يعني اللي أفهمه أنه أكثر المستثمرين عندكم بمشاريع التطوير هم من مواطني دولة الإمارات، أو
طبعا طال عمرك في شريحة كبيرة من مواطنين دولة الإمارات، هذا شيء أكيد، لكن بعد في جزيرة السعديات تصنف من مناطق الاستثمار، بحيث أن الجميع يقدر يتملك فيها. ففي عندنا طبعا من عدة جنسيات في جزيرة السعديات كملاك.
هل مشاريعكم كلها تتركز حول جزيرة السعديات؟ هل في برنامج للخروج بمشاريع جديدة سواء في دولة الإمارات، في إمارات ثانية، أو في الخليج العربي، أو دوليا؟
طال عمرك نحن
كما يسميها البعض، ما هي الجرأة الموجودة في هذا الموضوع لإطلاق مشاريع جديدة في الفترة الراهنة؟
المشروع طال عمرك مثل ما يقولون ahead of schedule. التسليم راح يكون إن شاء الله على السنة الجاية. المستثمر اليوم يبغي شيء يشوفه، ما يبغي شيء مثل ما يقولون على الورق. اليوم ممشى السعديات ahead of schedule. المستثمر يقدر يجي ويشوف المشروع ينبني قدام عينه. ومثل ما قلت لك إن شاء الله التسليم على نص السنة الجاية. يبغي شيء مثل ما كنا متكلمين قبل، له مصداقية، له وجود.
ما أقرأه من تصريحاتك
كنا في حركة تصحيحية في بعض الأماكن، لكن الظل في بعض الأماكن المميزة منها جزيرة السعديات دائما على الإقبال طلب الموقع. يعني نحن نتكلم المواقع اللي نحن نتكلم عنها نطرحها للبيع مواقع مميزة، مثل ما أنت شايفة مشروع ممشى السعديات، الشقق معظمها مطلة على البحر. المشروع تسليمه على السنة الجاية، فهذا المستثمر يدور في نهاية اليوم.
أستاذ راشد، نشكرك على المعلومات القيمة وعلى وقتك. شكرا.
هتنزل البحر، مش هتتفرج عليه.
لو عاوز تشتري شقة مضمونة وعلى تقسيط مريح، يبقى شركة القصر للاستثمار العقاري هي الحل. مضمونة وعلى تقسيط مريح، يبقى شركة القصر للاستثمار العقاري هي الحل. مع شركة القصر راحة، التزام، أمان.
فين الكتبة يا وزير؟ في جلاديوس جاردن يا مولاي. أنا يا وزير في جلاديوس جاردن. طب فين جلالة الملكة؟ هي برضه في جلاديوس جاردن جلالتك، وأنا لسه قاعد هنا. ما تشوف لنا فيلا هناك. جلاديوس جاردن أول كومباوند في مصر يطل على الأهرامات والمتحف المصري الجديد، على ربوة مرتفعة 32 متر، 70% مساحات خضراء. علشان تهمنا هتسكن في مدينة متكاملة متوفر فيها كل الخدمات والمرافق والأمن، ومول تجاري ونادي ومدرسة لغات، غير أكبر تجمع من الوحدات السكنية، توين هاوس، دوبلكس، شقق فاخرة، بيت العيلة. سدد براحتك بمقدم يبدأ
الفندقية. كل ده شركة عمار للتطوير العقاري هتوفره لك في كومباوند سمارت هايتس، وكمان هتستلم شقتك سوبر لوكس بأقل مقدم ساحل الشمالي ب50,000 جنيه. أيوة ب50,000 جنيه، والاستلام فوري. كمان لازم تعرف ان كومباوند سمارت هايتس على البحر مباشرة، يعني رؤية البحر مضمونة، مش لسه هتعدي الطريق علشان تشوف البحر. استمتع بالشاطئ الخاص وقسط على أطول فترة سداد تناسبك، انت اللي هتختار طريقة قسطك. وبالنسبة للمساحات اطمن، كل المساحات متوفرة من 65 متر ل 160 متر. وقبل اي حاجة الشركة هتوفر لك رحلة للمعاينة على الواقع علشان تبقى في المضمون. مستني ايه؟ يلا كلمنا على ارقامنا واحجز شقتك في سمارت هايتس. خليك في المضمون، خليك مع عمار. عمار، نبني المستقبل.
وحياة.
لو عاوز تشتري شقة مضمونة وعلى تقسيط مريح، يبقى شركة القصر للاستثمار العقاري هي الحل. شركة القصر بتوفر لك عمارات جديدة في حدائق أكتوبر خلف مدينة زويل، على شارع بمساحة 60 متر وفيو رائع. تصل مساحة الشقة من 120 متر ل 200. سعر المتر فيها 3000 جنيه، ده لو هتدفع فوري، أما لو هتقسط هيبقى سعر المتر 3500. احجز شقتك ب50,000 جنيه، و50,000 مقدم، و100,000 جنيه عند السنة، والباقي على 36 شهر. مستني ايه؟ يلا ما تفوتش الفرصة. لو عاوز تشتري شقة مضمونة وعلى تقسيط مريح، الاستثمار العقاري هي الحل. مع شركة القصر راح زام الأمان.
جلاديوس جاردن أول كومباوند على ربوة مرتفعة 72% مساحات خضراء. علشان تهمنا صحتك، يعني هتسكن في مدينة متكاملة متوفر فيها كل الخدمات والمرافق والأمن، غير أكبر تجمع من الوحدات السكنية، فيلات، توين هاوس، دوبلكس، شقق فاخرة، وكمان عندنا بيت العيلة. ومش بس كده، هتسدد براحتك بمقدم يبدأ من 10% وقسط يصل ل10 سنوات. ده مش إعلان، دي حقيقة. ما تفكرش كتير، في جلاديوس جاردن اسكن واطمن.
Take 60,000 tons of steel, 260,000 cubic meters of concrete, 2,000 dedicated Chinese workers, and some of the best design brains in the business. And this is what you get. The Shanghai World Financial Center. Nearly 500 meters tall, and every meter state-of-the-art. Designed to be strong enough to stand up to killer typhoons and powerful earthquakes, and to withstand the ultimate threat, by a world-renowned engineer still haunted by his most famous building's horrifying fate.
I don't think I ever got through the experience of 9/11.
When this megastructure's finished, the world will marvel at a skyscraper like no other. A dazzling icon of China's rise to power. Zero of China's economic clout. Forests of skyscrapers proclaiming Shanghai's drive to become Asia's financial capital. Pudong's icon, the Jinmao Tower, a state-of-the-art office building and hotel, 1998, 8-story high, 5th tall building in the world. But there's a new megastructure rising on Pudong's block. It's not even finished, but already it's putting the Jinmao Tower in the shade. 2,000 workers are toiling day and night to build the Shanghai World Finance Center. And they won't stop until it's 101 stories tall, soaring nearly 500 meters into the sky. Tallest building on the Chinese mainland, and the 3rd tallest building in the world. 17,000 people will work inside its 70 office floors, topped by a 14-story luxury hotel, and crowned by the world's highest observation deck. Building anything this big is not for the faint of heart. In New York, some of the world's best architects and engineers forgot about sleep and tackled the toughest challenges planet Earth can throw at a skyscraper. And even deadlier, Now, in Shanghai, a team of construction workers is turning the designer's vision into a reality. Without Chen Shuifu and his crane, this 90-story megastructure would still be a hole in the ground. Because building it starts with steel. Lots of steel. It takes 650 tons to build just one floor. That's the weight of 90 elephants. Multiply that by 101 floors, and you get over 65,000 tons of steel. That's 10 times heavier than the Eiffel Tower. And as the building gets taller, steel has to go higher. A lot higher. Construction's now past the 400-meter mark. Up to the 91st floor.
Biggest project I have worked on. Usually we start work at 6 a.m. We bring some bread and noodles for lunch. We finish work at 6 p.m. So we work a total of 12 hours a day.
Now that the financial center's over 90 stories high, Chen Shuifu does his job hundreds of meters in the air. But when construction started, he worked just above street level. His crane anchored to the basement. How does a 250-ton crane stay higher than the skyscraper it's building? Right, a crane needs to be more than just strong. It has to be fast and smart. The M900D definitely fits the bill. These cranes don't flinch at lifting 32-ton loads 400 meters up at 36 meters per minute. In fact, 400 meters is child's play. The M900D's hook hangs from a wire rope that's 750 meters long, the length of 10 jumbo jets. And this crane has a brain. Its drive system knows when there's nothing on the hook and gives the okay for the hook to go full speed to the ground. When the hook's got a full load, it's a different story. The motor switches to full power and pulls huge hunks of steel hundreds of meters above the ground. Every time he lands a beam safely on top, Chen Shuifu can relax. for a moment. But the new arrival gives others plenty to worry about. A team of expert steelworkers must now wrestle the giant beams into place and bolt them together. One of those steelworkers is Zhang Shouliang. He spent years working at one of China's biggest shipyards, with both feet firmly planted on the ground. When he came to work at the World Financial Center, he found out fast that 400 meters up in the air, working with steel, calls for nerves of steel.
At the beginning, I was nervous, and my hands and feet were shaking. After a while, I managed to overcome it. To someone starting this job, I would say, safety first on the first day. Be careful when climbing up and down the ladders and scaffolds. Safety is first and foremost for you at this height. Because only when you are safe can your family be happy. If you have an accident, your whole family will bear the consequences.
As the workers pass 400 meters, they're heading into unknown territory. In mainland China, no one has ever built as high as they are going. And the Chinese building code stops at 350 meters. They're literally moving off the charts. And there's still nearly 100 meters to go. As they close in on success, it's hard to imagine how many challenges blocked their path, and that this magnificent structure once seemed doomed to fail. 1990. China's central government announces plans to transform an aging Shanghai suburb called Pudong into a gleaming financial center. And Japanese real estate tycoon Minoru Mori gets an idea. Mori envisions a mega building that will dominate the new Pudong skyline and rank among the tallest buildings in the world. To pay for his vision, Mori raises a whopping $625 million. To design it, he turns to some long-trusted associates, the world-renowned New York architects of Cohn, Peterson, Fox. Lead designer William Peterson had a challenge on his hands.
This was going to be a super tall building which had to deal with the very interesting issues of the connection of earth and sky, which a tall building has to do. It needed to be a building of great nobility.
Peterson discovered that in ancient Chinese culture, earth was square and sky was round. His design blended both shapes into a soaring 95-story prism of steel and glass, lifting the eye and the soul from the earth to the heavens. It was lovely, but no one could build it until its designers solved one big, big problem. Pudong may be million-dollar real estate, but it's also a very bad place to build a very tall building. River water saturates its soil, turning it into unstable mud. When building crews pump the water out, the land sinks. Since 1920, parts of Shanghai have sunk almost 2 meters. At Cohn Peterson Fox, senior designer David Mallet knew construction couldn't proceed until the design team successfully grappled with Pudong's less than ideal geology.
Shanghai is all alluvial soil, so there's not quite the bedrock that you would find in Manhattan. Manhattan, you go down one floor and then you're sitting on granite.
The team's solution: if they couldn't build on granite, they'd use a simple but effective device to anchor their skyscraper in mud. Friction piles. 2,000 steel rods driven 80 meters into Pudong's swamp. The deeper the piles push into the mud, the harder the mud pushes back, gripping the rods tightly, creating a stable foundation. floating the World Financial Center like a ship on Pudong's waterlogged soil. 1997. Construction of the Shanghai World Financial Center begins. But no sooner is the foundation finished than disaster strikes. 1997. Asia's overheated economies collapse. The meltdown paralyzes the Japanese banking system and suddenly floods the Asian real estate market with unoccupied office space. The last thing China needs is a $625 million empty office building. Some of the financial center's investors pull out. Construction grinds to a halt. 5 years pass. What was to be the pride of Pudong appears destined to remain a gigantic hole in the ground. But by 2003, Asian economies are roaring back. Minoru Mori finds new investors for his mega building. In New York, the financial center's architects get another call. The good news, their masterpiece is back on track. The bad news, its design no longer works. When construction started in 1997, the world's tallest building was Malaysia's Petronas Towers, 88 stories high. The 95-story World Financial Center was on track to take the title. But by 2004, a new skyscraper, Taiwan's Taipei 101, soared 101 stories, or 508 meters, above the earth. Minoru Mori told his architects, Shanghai's tallest skyscraper must rival Taipei 101. No problem, except the World Financial Center's foundation was already built to support only 95 stories. Adding 6 more stories meant extra weight pressing down on a foundation that couldn't support it. And that wasn't all. China was now the host of the 2008 Olympics. Minoru Mori didn't just want a taller building. He wanted it finished before the world turned its eyes on China in 2008. In New York, senior designer David Mallet went back to the drawing board and stayed there well past closing time.
You have to be 100% dedicated to the task, for sure.
Across town, legendary structural engineer Leslie Robertson and his team rolled up their sleeves and went to work.
Our challenge was to come up with a building that was larger, taller, so it needed to be stronger and it needed to be lighter. And it had to stand on those existing foundations.
Robertson's larger, taller, lighter solution was an engineering triumph. Its secret, modular design and the outrigger truss, steel beams radiating out from a concrete core. Attached to a diagonal braced frame, a modular design requiring less steel to build, and repeating itself every 12 stories. What looked like a single 101-story building would actually be a series of 12-story buildings stacked on top of one another. Easier and faster to build, giving the builders a shot at finishing before the 2008 Olympics.
So this way we got faster construction and more economical construction while maintaining structural integrity, robustness, and all those good things.
June 2007, 4 years after construction restarted. Thanks to its modular outrigger truss design, workers are building the World Financial Center at a rate of 1 floor every 3 days. At the top, the steel crew bolts in floor plates, completing the skeleton of the 91st floor. Meanwhile, the cranes are lifting a much lighter, but critically important, load to the 90th floor, where another team begins the back-breaking task of installing 10-meter lengths of rebar over the steel floor plates. Rebar stands for reinforcing bar, and it's used in buildings all over the world to reinforce concrete. It takes over 150 kilometers of rebar just to cover one of the financial center's floors. That's over 15,000 kilometers for the whole building. If you laid that much rebar end to end, it would reach to the International Space Station and back 19 times. Next step, pour the concrete. 90 floors below, what looks like a giant praying mantis seems ready to attack the World Financial Center. In fact, it's a concrete pumping machine. When the rebar's ready, workers 400 meters high will need massive amounts of concrete pumped up to them. To pull that off, you need some of the most powerful concrete pumps in the world. And believe it or not, this monster isn't one of them. It can only pump concrete as high as its arm can reach, close to 40 meters. The real action starts after dark, when concrete trucks line up to feed 3 small machines. They don't look like much, but these pumps are the real deal. So powerful, they can shoot concrete nearly 500 meters into the air through this pipe that runs across the bottom of the building and then straight up to the 90th floor. When these pumps fire concrete skyward, it sounds like one unhappy dinosaur. When it pours out on top, the concrete crew breathes a big sigh of relief. And so does Deputy Manager